I want to take a moment to showcase the power of going conversational as a brand, especially multi-location brands like retailers, hotel chains, and restaurant chains. And today I'll demo the power of Apple's Business Chat and their Chat Suggest feature. But first, let's start with the end state in mind. Today, for most customers, if you want anything from your brand, you have to pick up the phone and call, visit your website, or download an app and self-service. And we know what that looks like. So instead of being back here, and you'll see I'm a little OCD with how I organize my apps and folders, but instead of being back here on my smartphone where I might forget about you, what about being up here and in the same places as the most important people in my life? Your brand can exist right next to them. And here are just a few brands that we work with powered by LivePerson. And this is the new present future. So now brands can exist here and I can easily communicate with them on my time. Engage them for anything I want. Ask questions, get help, buy something, get recommendations, all personalized to me like a concierge in my pocket using the power of AI and human agents working together at scale. So now let's look at a real life example. I'm currently visiting New York, and let's say I have a common scenario that your brand encounters all of the time, which is I have some basic questions about my upcoming trip, or I have some requests for my hotel. What's the experience like today? So let me just do actually a quick Google search here, and I will search for my hotel. So here it is. And what are the options to me? I'm actually forced to call the brand. And when I click to call, it's literally the only option. Now, let's look at another scenario for a brand that actually has enabled Apple Business Chat and Chat Suggest. So I will start typing Burberry, and I'm going to look for a specific location. And when I do that Google search, you'll see that the store is closed, and even more important reason to want to communicate with them after hours and open that line of two-way communication and obviously leveraging automation here. But if I hit the call button, you'll see I am now presented with a new option, which is to message the brand. And what we have found is brands that enable messaging as an option next to calling, we see that 70% of customers opt into the messaging feature. So I can just go ahead and message Burberry. You'll see it gives me a rich experience. It has verified that I am actually talking with Burberry, and I know I can now have a secure conversation. And if I back out of here, you'll see, again, I am right here in the same messages application that exists and comes native to my iPhone as it does with over 1 billion plus iPhones that your brand could be exposed to. Now I can come back and engage with this brand in a messaging conversation. So it could be very basic like that, or I could have questions about a product, or I could even enter a buy flow and start ordering from Burberry directly. I'll show another example, another real life example here in a different way to engage in a conversation with a brand with Apple Business Chat enabled. So let's say I want to search for a Lowe's near me. And you'll see I've got the option now, and I'm just using Spotlight on my iPhone. So I swipe down very quickly on my iPhone and have the ability to search in Spotlight something like Lowe's near me. And you'll see because they have Apple Business Chat enabled, I'm greeted with the option to message instead of calling that brand. So I can go ahead and engage in a conversation here, and I've actually already engaged with Lowe's in the past, so you'll see my history here, and I will see that as the customer, and also the brand and the contact center agent will see that history on their end. And now I can ask some questions or even um, engage with the brand. You'll see that this is an automated conversation. So I can engage with both a bot or human being through this messaging interface. And you can imagine what the power this could bring to your brand. Imagine avoiding expensive phone calls, especially into the local stores or locations where you're going to disrupt the in-store staff. You're going to frustrate the customer having to be on hold, and as a brand, miss out on understanding their true intent to use really rich data for personalized experiences. And most of those intents certainly could be automated. Information at a hotel about parking information, store hours, and so forth, menu items for a multi-location restaurant brand, or even again, offer the ability to order directly and seamlessly through the messaging experience. And Apple Business Chat and Chat Suggests, this is just one way. It fits into a larger picture of going conversational and delivering richer experiences with your customers at scale. And if you want to learn more about enabling this capability or going conversational, be sure to leave a comment below or direct message me.